Alright you guys, in today's video, I wanted to get into how we can build a strong financial foundation while we're young. More specifically, I want to get into the 4 pillars that if we establish right now, will set us up for life. No joke. So with that being said, don't forget to hit today's video with a quick like, as it does help the channel get recommended to other young investors. And finally, let's get right to it. So right out of the gate, I'm going to give you guys the 4 essential pillars that make up a strong financial foundation. And they go as follows. Number 1, build up our skills. Number 2, building up our credit. Number 3, learning how to manage money. And finally, last but definitely not least, investing. These all go hand in hand. So now that we know all of them, let's break each one down. Starting off with number 1, building up our skills. What does this even mean exactly? When I say build up our skills, I mean become a sponge for information and learn stuff. Learn a trade like carpentering. Learn how to invest your money. Learn how to code on computers. Even learn a new language. The more that we learn, the more valuable that we become. And the more higher value we become, the more important we become in the marketplace. These are parallel to each other. As you become more valuable, your market value goes up as well. Let me tell you guys something that you should know. You get paid based on the value that you provide others. Let me repeat this real quick. You get paid based on the value that you provide others. This is working at a job or running your own business as well. In order to become more valuable, we need to get our feet wet. Read books. Talk to people that are doing stuff that you want to do. Try stuff and fail. This is how you level up. So that's number 1. Let's build up our skills. Number 2 is build up our credit. Credit basically determines whether we're trustworthy people in the eyes of lenders, the government, landlords, and just about anybody else that's important outside of school. Credit is essentially our report cards, but for the real world. Have you guys ever tried to, buy a car or get into an apartment with a bad or mediocre credit score? They'll straight up deny you or say yes, but charge you crazy amounts of interest in the back end. When we have great credit scores, on the other hand, it opens up so many doors. Interest rates for us get crazy low. We become more desirable people financially. And I'm not even gonna get started with the investment benefits that we get from having good credit. Building up our credit is an entire video that I'm working on, but I don't wanna leave you guys hanging like that. So I'm gonna give you some quick game. Number 1, set up a secured credit card as soon as possible. Number 2, keep your spending down to a minimum and pay the card off in full every single month. Number 3, learn what the due dates and the closing dates are. These are 2 extremely important dates. That's it for right now, you guys. I'll get deeper into these 3 in an upcoming video. So moving on to number 3, managing our money. I once read in a book that wealth is a byproduct of having good financial habits. And I completely agree. If you can learn how to manage your money, you will never struggle. I thoroughly believe that. So, what are some good money habits? Number 1, live below your means or spend less than that of which you make. I'm sure that you guys have heard this 1,000 times and you're gonna hear it 1,000 more from me. The reason why is because it's completely true. We get conditioned to want to spend it as soon as it hits our accounts. But this is not the way, you guys. I want you to put things into perspective and really ask yourself, should I buy these sneakers when I already have 3 perfectly good pairs at home? Or should I really buy this new phone when the one that I have right now is perfectly fine? Spending less really just comes down to your mentality and how you view things. If you can change that, you'll be straight. So the second one is save our money. There's really 2 main reasons as to why we gotta save our money. Number 1, for a rainy day, and number 2, for investing. Let's be real, you guys. Tough times happen to all of us, and our money might suffer as a result. But if we have savings put away for these exact situations, it makes them a little easier to go through. Just look at COVID and see how many people had no jobs for months at a time. Those that saved their money had their money save them, and those that didn't suffered. The way that I personally save my money is by taking small portions every single time that I get paid and setting them aside in an account that I have that earns some interest. I save up to the point where I know I can live off of what I got for at least 6 to 8 months, and then I don't touch it. Think of it as a break in case of emergency box. So moving forward to the last one, number 4, investing. This is what gets us to the other side. Without investing, all the other 3 pillars don't work as good. You see, we can save all the money that we make, but at the end of the day, if we just let it sit there and do nothing, it's just gonna lose value. The key is to have that money work for us. this is where the magic happens. And it's really not that complicated either. Investing is kind of made out to be like you gotta have 3 computers with 4 charts in each screen. But I promise you guys, it's nothing close to that. Investing, when it comes to the stock market, can just come down to buying index funds like VOO and VYM. Both of these have you invested in the strongest companies and they pay dividends as well. It's not as complicated as it may seem, I promise. If you're completely new to the stock market and just investing in it in general, I got a playlist where I break down investing from the terms we use in the stock market to actually choosing a brokerage, all the way to breaking down how I actually research my companies as well. So that's a quick breakdown of the 4 pillars that we can start building for ourselves today that will in turn set us up for life. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And with that being said, let's get our money up, let's get our health up, and let's be grateful for what we got. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.